Hello, this is Gerald Hamas. What about names? Do they have a lot of influence? Do they have a lot of suggestive signals that are produced by the letters? I would say if I take these two names, for instance, An and Willy, I notice that they are just almost like there's a certain openness of a reaction process that you can produce from there, from a human human openness, actually, and actually not much more. It's not about something physical, it's more about a direction. In the previous videos that I have explained before, or I have explanations before, you should have noticed that every letter directs you. Some of the letters are about things, and they are direct you into space. Other things are more about what is changing here in the situation, and how shall I approach to go to that direction. And the last couple of things are more about the whole feedback process that surrounds us, that we still try to figure out how we have to behave within a more vague situation where we're not very sure what to do there. We still have suggestions. So all these suggestions are there all the time. What about An and Willy? Let's go to find out what An and Willy will have as foundations in the letter orientations. An actually is the A with the N. A is about, let's focus. Actually, not much more than that. Let's choose a focus. Let's have a focus. Let's have a starting point. Let's start from somewhere. Actually, most of the time it is about something physical. I have a physical reference somewhere in space. I want to use it for something. And the N is about the directions. That's the direction it will lead to. It will make actually a kind of connection. The N makes connection. What kind of connection is it? From the physical plane to the timing context. Timing means that you use something, in this case from the physical plane, you use something, or you will be useful, let's say, into a time frame. What's a time frame? Time frame means that we use it for something that we can use it for, something that we can plan it for. We have a plan here in the timing. So you have an object, and suddenly I do something with it. I change it. That's what I mean with timing. It's like with a verb. It's almost like, okay, we have an object and now a verb. Actually, it's an engagement to engage yourself into the world of what happens there. So it's a very open word, actually, which makes in that way also a connection from a personal viewpoint. Then onwards it says actually, okay, I want to participate in the world and I'm open to it. It's quite open name in that case. What will be the case for Willy? So I already told you, make useful from an objective that you make, any objective that you can choose as a starting point. So what will be the case for Willy? Willy will start there with the W. The W is the direction. What kind of direction is it? It's on the second level. It's about the materializations that happen in a time schedule, and it's the ending of the process as well. How is the ending? With the Z it goes inwardly, with the W it goes outwardly, and it's adapt. It's about, yes, that's the conclusion. The conclusion is more or less like, okay, the directions that I see, I'm able to adapt. I will adapt to all the changes that I have in my directions. That's the W is these vibrations in the end, the outcome of everything. I will adapt to all these changes. Also very open aspect. I have all the names with the E combined. It's also part then of my selection procedure. The E is about selections. It's in the last part. It says, okay, let's have the general sense, and let's choose from the general sense what we can use every time, at every moment as well. Let's see what is useful in the sense of, is this a good idea? The other things are not a good idea. We only choose what are good ideas, and we deselect what are not good ideas. So we will make that selection that is also about what needs to be changed, what needs to be adapted, what needs to be done, what needs, and so on. So all these things are into this frame of E, which frames actually your selective procedure. The L is about the physical thing then, so the physical application. It will produce some, with double L, it produce things that are formed during that process. All that is formed, let's say, within that process. And the Y in the end is actually the last letter of the first level of the second category. It is about directions, the ending, the conclusion of directions, the conclusions of directions from space onwards, from the physical sense onwards, and it goes towards the diagonal sense. It goes towards what it doesn't know yet. It's like reaching out with your hands, and it goes towards what you can reach or cannot reach, even what you cannot reach yet. It goes beyond your personal space. So it also says, okay, also the things you cannot reach. So that's your selective procedure, your openness within this name. You have an openness to adapt. You will adapt. That will be your selective process. You will try to adapt, but it's also about not always being able to reach that. And it doesn't matter, even if you can't reach anything, if you can't have any results that are good for you or that are there, that are an enhancement, you still do that. You still do this process. You have this openness. There's a certain weak force in this case. It's not really with the fist on the table. No, that's not Willy. Willy will not do that. It will try to adapt even to the things it cannot. That's more or less what's beyond the names. That's what can be inspired. You might find solutions for this setting. But this is a setting that you have to deal with, and that's a setting that should be inspiring from there onwards, whether you do something constructive with it or whether it will also bring you down. It's also a possibility. Preparations to understand the letters are in these books, in the Facebook page, on the web page. There are a lot of preparations that you could do, or just visit the previous videos, which are also listed at soundinform.com, and yeah, try to get used to associate letters and how letters are associated with each other. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.